Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. And yes, I have woken up from that 95 drab minutes last night. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. Absolute drab affair. But delighted to say that we're back for Liverpool against Arsenal. Now, many people will remember the last time Arsenal beat Liverpool in the Premier League. It was 2012. It was a Lucas Podolski and Santi Cazorla. Yes, I do remember that. 11 years ago. But Arsenal go to Liverpool with the best away record in the Premier League and looking to right a wrong after being, beaten quite a lot recently at Anfield. But I'm delighted to say that we have a debutante on the channel this evening. Now, if you have seen her artwork on Instagram, on Twitter, it's absolutely fabulous. I trust you to go and have a look at it. It's the lovely Fran. How are you, Fran?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm so happy. Albert's like my homie, and obviously you guys. So this is going to be a great stream. So yeah, I'm Fran. I Arsenal fan, as you can tell. As you mentioned, my main thing is doing Arsenal portraits and paintings, like the one behind me. But yeah, I've been wanting to come on your channel for a while since you came on mine, and I'm excited to get into this match. It's a really weird one, like to know what to think about, which I'm sure we'll get into, and I look forward to hearing your side of things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you. And Fran's channel is in the description down below. Please do go and check it out. And I've gone back. I've got my good bro from another world, Mr. Albert from Albert GTV. How are you, mate?
Doug, always a pleasure to come on your channel, mate. This is the hat trick, is it? The second time? I can't remember.
It's a hat trick. It is a hat trick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I like a hat trick, man. Talk like a hat trick. But no, pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure.
No, it is great to have you both. It is great to have you both. I will just say hello to a few people, and then we will begin. Good evening, John. I hope you're well. The less said about yesterday, the better. Yes, you did dominate, but your end product has a lot to be desired. Kai Havertz as a striker. Deary me. And Hammy HD's in. I'm not watching Barcelona Real Madrid. I do have West Ham against Newcastle on in the background, but no, I'm certainly not watching El Clasico. So it is Liverpool against Arsenal. It is Liverpool against Arsenal. Do hit a like and do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Now, the big question is, can you win the league? Now, that is the big question, it has to be said, because every opportunity that you have had, especially pundits alike, they keep saying it, when is Arsenal going to slip up? When is Arsenal going to slip up? When is Arsenal going to slip up? But look at some of the results you've had. You've done the double over Tottenham. That doesn't happen very, very often, does it? Your only blot on the away sheet as well is Manchester United and Everton, I think it is as well. Yeah. So, Fran, can you win the league? And are you confident that you can win the league?
I am at the point now where I am confident that we can and we should, and it would be a bottling of sorts from this point if we don't. Which, I mean, the risk is always there if you look at Arsenal in previous seasons. However, this team this season has proven to be different and more able to pick themselves up even when going a goal down. I've just got a lot more faith in the players, and they themselves have spoken about how awful it was to lose an 8-point lead, I think it was, for top 4 last season, how they don't want that to happen again. I think we're a different beast this year. The mentality is different. They've been through the trenches together. They're going game by game, not getting too ahead of themselves. Within games, they're overcoming so many obstacles like going goal down or difficult starts, things like that. So I think we can and we should. And I know as a fan, I kind of want to think game by game too, but I expect us to now, if we just, as long as we just keep doing what we're doing, don't change anything drastically, we don't get any major injuries, I think it can and should be done. So yeah, back to you.
Yeah, Albert, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the first part of your question, I'd kind of agree with, really. Just can Arsenal win the league? Yeah, they can. Will they? I mean, the game's running out now, so what, double figures now? No, single figures now for games left. So I've had to listen to months and months and months of the season from rival fans. You know, it's only 9 games in, only 11 games in. You ain't played anybody yet. Apparently, other sides have had injuries and we haven't, which I find just bizarre. So I think what it is, I think that you asked a very good question, obviously, but it's even getting to the point where the rival fans are starting to believe Arsenal can do it. And when it gets to that stage, then you know it might be, it's, you know, one hand on the trophy, Doug. That's the way I look at it. I've always said, with sort of 12, 13 games to go, we've got 3 big away games. No disrespect to the teams that we got to still play away, other than, you know, Liverpool, obviously, City and Newcastle. But if we pick up points in them games, and I think Arsenal need to go and win on Sunday, to be honest. I do think it is looking at just the psychology, and again, it'll set another statement this season. And I'll be honest, Doug, I know I love you. You're one of the Liverpool fans I actually do like, you and Mick. But one result I always want as an Arsenal fan is Liverpool away, and what I mean by result is to win. I think this is our best chance of probably actually doing it for a number of years.
Yeah. No, go on.
So it just reminded me, you know, when you were talking about other fans saying that we don't have injuries and stuff, I read a stat today. It was like Gabriel Jesus has come out. What was it, like, with his knee injury, got surgery, recovered, and come back and scored more goals in that time than Richarlison. Like, has he?
Yeah,
it's true.
Since he started at the club. So yeah, we have had injuries, and the team's adapted really well. So I didn't mean, but back to the topic. Sorry, what were you going to say, Doug?
No, it's no. Do not worry at all. Big up, Statman. Hope you're good, mate. Liz is in. Douglas the Lionheart. Thank you very much. Yes, long time no see as well. Yes, I have. Yes, if anybody has not seen, Frank Lampard is going to be the new interim Chelsea manager until the end of the season.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it about an hour ago, actually. Yeah, just on breaking on Sky News. I saw it at the time I was watching it.
Totally frank, dearie me. Tell you what, Liverpool are laughing stuff, aren't we, just? Yes, Guy never does have an injury against Arsenal. The Rince's top 4 is over. Yeah, absolutely. It is. Although Douglas apparently really doesn't think we're at top 4. You can kind of see where this is going. But yeah, what you've said, I think a lot of people are sort of, I wouldn't say expecting, but I think they're now sort of believing that Arsenal can do it. I don't think Manchester City are. Look, Manchester City are definitely capable of going on a really, really good run and getting, you know, victories. We all know they are.
So are we,
but
though.
That's the thing. And I think I look at Arsenal this season, and what has changed? Do you think it's the togetherness of the squad, the never say die attitude, especially late winners as well? Like Villa away, I remember the late winner. You beat Manchester United, the late winner as well at the Emirates. So what has changed this season, Fran?
So last season, I think we were getting like glimpses of like what could be like periods of play, passages of this intricate passing and movement, but then like we weren't quite like delivering that for a full 90 minutes, or we'd like mess something up. And this season, I think crucially, we've brought in especially Zinchenko and Jesus, who are really used to like that form of like fluid play, and also so they've kind of been like really integral like cogs in the wheel, if you like, to be able to play this system like more consistently. And also they are like the mentality that these guys, and Ramsdale has had such a huge influence as well. It has been a huge like mentality step up, which has been like due to a number of factors. First of all, those guys coming in who have such a great effect on the whole team, and then the process of Arteta finally being able to like clear the decks of like the bad apples, if you know what I mean. So now it is entirely basically a squad minus like a couple of players, but they're like their mentality is there, of like players that want to play for him, that have that never say die attitude, that are 100% like with the rest of the team, with the manager. For me, above all, if you had to put it down on one thing, though, it would be like the mentality of the group. So that's me. Go on, Alva. What do you think?
Oh dear, it's a good question.
Isn't it? It's tough.
I think I mean, if I look at the sort of the team aspect of it, you know, we've got a nucleus of players that have come to Arsenal in their first season. Some of them will be their second season now. The defense has been a key part because they've had a year to bed in. And obviously we brought back Saliba. He's been excellent.
Yeah,
he's been better than what I thought. And you've got a nucleus of defense that you can trust and rely on. So that's a good thing. You have got a spine of the team with obviously Jesus, Thomas Partey, and I'd say Gabriel and probably Ramsdale. Which most good teams, if you are a decent side or a good side, you do need a good spine in the team.
Odegaard and Saka as well.
Yeah, and if you combine them things together, as well as the way I mean, for example, Doug, the going to the Emirates is it's a bit of a fortress, really, with the Ashburton Army. We've got a lot of traction. The atmosphere in the stadium is good. And Arteta, he's been a big part in that. Luckily, the club are stuck with him, and they've backed him. And he's quite an intense guy, Mikel. I'll say, looking at the Amazon documentary and watching him on the Monday Night Football special with Carragher. But yeah, he deserves a lot of credit, man, because he came to the club, Doug, in the sense of Arsenal were conceding too many goals, giving up too many shots. So he almost sacrificed sort of our attacking play to sort of get that right. And I mean, I always say this, and I think it's a good barometer of Arsenal. If you look at our goals for and goals against in the last 3 or 4 seasons, it's easy to go and look at. It's becoming better in terms of scoring a lot more goals, conceding a lot more less. So when you could do them two things, you're doing it right. For example, I'll finish up. I think I got it right between sort of Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard in the Premier League, 55 goal contributions. That's outstanding. By any stretch of imagination, because there's a period, Doug, when we relied on one person to score the goals, but I think there's how many different goal scorers at Arsenal this season has been fantastic. Even Ben White's got a couple.
Yeah, every first team player has scored now.
Yeah, so those I could probably reel off a few more, Doug, but I think those are the main things, that have kind of why Arsenal done well this season.
No, you guys have been fantastic.
Can I add one more thing? Sorry. Also, Saka has just stepped up a level and really delivered the goals, because we've always said you need to convert those chances and actually start getting the numbers on the board. And yeah, he's really stepped up. He's just amazing. I think everyone can now see what us fans at Arsenal have been saying for ages. No, he is the real deal.
It's honestly.
Yeah, Doug, sorry, one more thing quickly. With Saka, what Fran was saying. It'd be interesting to know your thoughts on him, actually. But yeah, I think I said this to one of my guys in the group chat that I'm in. I said, I'd be surprised in terms of the 3 main honours this season, at the end of the season. Individual honours, sorry, by the way. Football writers, PFA, young players. I think he might bag 2 out of the 3. Yeah. If he gets all 3, then that's remarkable. But I don't think that will happen. But I think he's got a good chance of getting 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I think so. But no, I've got to say, from looking on an outside point of view, I think Arsenal have been fabulous this season. I really, really do. I think there's one man as well you haven't mentioned, Granit Xhaka. Now, we all remember the time when we all remember the time where obviously the captaincy issues, but this season he has been fabulous. Absolutely, honestly, he's my most improved player of the season by far. I think he has been fabulous. He has been really, really good. And the thing is, as well, it's not just Arsenal fans. It's not just Arsenal players. You look at that Arsenal side, and yes, you do have a spine. That's the thing now. You do have a spine. I think Ramsdale's been excellent. I think Saliba has been very, very good. Gabriel has been very good. Amazing. Zinchenko's a brilliant signing. I think that's been brilliant. Ben White at right back. I never thought Ben White would be a right back. He has been really, really good. And as well, again, it's that never say die attitude. You know, you go behind, you come back in games. That Bournemouth result I can think of as well. Like you were behind twice in that game.
I was there, mate. I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. managed to get back, and then obviously Reece Nelson scoring the winner. But this is the thing. This is this kind of game where you go into it thinking, right, we've got a really poor record against Liverpool at Anfield, but we can basically go into it knowing that confidence will be sky high, as well, especially with Liverpool's form recently. So no, I think, you know what, Arsenal, if they go on and win the league, then they'll deserve it, because I think, as I said, the only two main blots on the away record is obviously Everton and Manchester United, and I think the only blot on the home record, I think, is City.
Yeah,
as well. But remember, City have already been beaten by Liverpool at Anfield. As well, so that would be something to get above. But every time you have had like a hurdle in your path, you've kind of stepped over it. Like Tottenham, for example, you haven't done the double over Tottenham for a long time, especially at the London the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I should say. But that was a very, very good win. So I think there's a lot of good confidence, and I just think Arsenal as a whole team have been very, 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 very good this season. And you know what? I really hope you do win the league, because can't have City winning it 3 years in a row. I just can't. I just cannot have that as well. Ian says, time for an easy win. 4-0 Arsenal. Wow. Thanks for the free 3 points. Yeah, it's never easy going to Anfield. Let me just say that.
It's not.
It's never easy.
Not.
Let's look at Man
Crazy Arsenal proving everyone wrong. Right? Not many people even predicted them to get Champions League. I know. I remember everyone's predictions at the start of the season. I think we had them probably fifth.
It's so wonderful to be an Arsenal fan, because it's not just results. It's such amazing football to watch. Like the way we're interlinking and stuff. It's just. It's just such an amazing time to be an Arsenal fan, and carry on though.
Absolutely. And whilst everyone's talking about what's going wrong with Liverpool, what have you guys made of Liverpool this season?
Let's go.
Go on, Fran. Go on, Fran. Go on, Fran.
I just meant I'm excited for the discussion. Why don't you go first, Albert?
Right, I'll go first. It's a weird one, Doug, man. I mean, we spoke about this before when I came on your channel last time. You know, a team that's going on all four fronts to, is it ninth in the table? Was it 43 points? A very mixed bag in terms of your million form. I think it's like 2 wins, a couple draws, or is it 3 wins, a couple draws, whatever it is. I can't remember the defeats. It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, you have had some key injuries. I'm not going to say that hasn't been the case. However, it's just, I could look at many teams, but if we obviously were talking about Liverpool, I can't believe what I've seen. I generally can't believe what I've seen. The midfield has been spoken about time and time again. I mean, in terms of guys, they're not exactly over the hill in terms of life expectancy, but just in terms of football. And, you know, and I think the key thing is, Doug, Liverpool been chasing a very, very, very well-oiled machine in Man City for a good 4 years now. And I think probably looking at on reflection, some of the players you got. I mean, even when you're doing well, and I kind of look to your sort of first 11, 12, 13 players, I thought, once I get through them, I'm not really sure. And I look at the Liverpool bench, you know, they might come on and do a job in the odd occasion, but I just think, you know what I mean? I think a little bit of the gas has run out the tank in terms of what the battle you've had with City over the years, and probably look at some of the players, you know better than I do, Doug, that maybe some of them need to be moved on.
Yeah, I've got to say there's at least a couple. Curtis Jones. Many people, he's still living off his Everton goal. I'll be honest, he's still living off that Everton goal. He wasn't great last night. I've got to be honest. Ox is going. I mean, we bought him from you guys, and unfortunately got injured, and that sort of set him back. So he's away. Keita's going. The less said about Keita, the better. Yeah,
that has not worked at all, man.
Not at all. £58 million down the drain. That he's going. Firmino, I'm absolutely gutted about. because he's been a fan's favourite for a long time. As well, I think Fabinho has to go as well. Like, you know, his record recently has stagnated. His form has really stagnated. He's stagnated as a player.
It looks like
honestly,
his head's, like, not really in it either. Like, he's not really giving that. Like, you know.
I think so. I think as well that look, without Alisson, we'd be 16th.
Yeah.
That's facts. We would be 16th if it wasn't for Alisson. So at least I can basically, you know, go from that and say Alisson is one of the best keepers in the league for that matter. But it's really disappointing to say what has happened. But I just think of the collective of things. I think Klopp's tactics, stubbornness, just
I would say,
really poor.
Would you say also into that collection of things, as you said, I don't think it can be pinned down to like just one reason. It's just loads of little things. Also, like your ownership has arguably, like, you've had this really good team and they've just thought like, oh, why add when it's working so well, and like not strengthened it like consistently enough, and now everyone seems to have like got tired at the same time, and it's too little too late getting like a few like worldy signings now, like Nunez and stuff. Like the core of your team is like past it. That's kind of what I think, and they haven't invested because they thought, oh, you know, like, why change what's working?
I absolutely agree with you. It is a collective of things, and you know, if people think that Jude Bellingham is going to be the answer to our midfield troubles, then think again, because there is no way one midfielder is going to sort our midfield. So that's something else.
One thing, Doug. Sorry, what do you gauge like the general feel with the Liverpool fan base in regards to Klopp being given more time, or is there a case of between the fans they think that maybe need a new voice?
Well, he came out and said yesterday that he would actually be gone if it was a couple of years ago. He probably would. I just think we need to be patient with Klopp. But I do think that something has changed. I think that was a message last night to the owners. Look, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what the squad is. We need better players. We need a lot of different players coming in. So there is a lot of problems in that team, and you know, midfield has been neglected time and time again. So we definitely need to improve as well. But yeah, Spurcat, there you go. It's a collective of things. Apparently, it's 2-0 Newcastle, is it?
Oh my goodness, wow. They're flying. Oh my
they
gosh.
Are flying.
Yeah.
Hi, AD.
Before we play them.
Oh, don't get me started on Jonathan Morley. Do not get me started on Jonathan Morley. But anyway, the last meeting, it was quite a good affair. I thought the last one, 3-2 in the end. Martinelli scored in the very early on. I think Darwin Núñez actually equalised, and then I can't even remember who scored after that. But can you see this game kind of being that kind of game again, Albert?
I would say no, because it's at Anfield. And that's the thing. Like, even when you played City, I didn't think Liverpool beat City. When I found out where the game was being played, it's at Etihad. I think City will win this. But yeah, playing at Anfield, our record's wretched. I think we won this. I think we won this since Arteta was playing. To be honest, I think off the top of my head. But yeah, will it be similar to the game? It's a good game actually, the Emirates. I remember we started well. Liverpool dominated for about 20-25 minute period. Arsenal came out the second half and were fantastic. It's difficult, Doug, because I'm not sure if it'll be the same. In a way, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I just think Arsenal need to believe a little bit. We can go there in confidence. Don't get me wrong. We play some amazing football, as you highlighted. Our away record is excellent. We score a lot of goals. Yeah. You know, I mean, our goal difference is not too far off City's, which is a shock considering if you look at last season's goals for and against with City and Arsenal. But I don't know. It'd be interesting because you know what it's going to come down to for me. And I said this when I did fan cam after the Palace game. I just don't know what Liverpool's going to turn up, and it will depend on them because you can either get the performance you got at Anfield against Manchester United, or you can get the performance the following week when they lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. And as good as Arsenal have been, if the Liverpool side turn up the one that did against Manchester United, it could be a long 90 minutes. But then if Arsenal continue to show their way from the shown this season,
Albert on that as well, especially if we don't have Saliba and it's Holding instead, and that shows up. If Saliba was playing, I'd be a bit more confident that we could like weather that storm. But Holding,
yeah, so Saliba is a difficult one, and not just because he might not play on Sunday. Let's just say he won't play because it's a back injury, so it's difficult to manage that. And you know we're not going to be in a rush to bring him back, but. I think Liverpool can get a little bit of confidence because maybe Saliba's not playing, but more or less, if we've got most of our first 11 playing, which I think will be the case, and we've got Jesus back, which is a massive, massive plus for us.
Yeah, that's a massive boost. He loves a goal against us. Martinelli loves a goal against us as well. So, no, like I think that game earlier in the season was a very, very good game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the penalty. Was a bit debatable, I would have to say, but obviously you did get the win, and I think in the end, I think you did deserve to win. And I think at that time, I think you were in very, very good form then as well. Yeah. So, and as I said, every hurdle you seem to pass. How are you feeling going into the game, Fran?
Come on, Fran.
Yeah. No, Man U just went 1-0 up against Brentford. That's what I was just looking at.
Okay.
Let you know. Repeat the question, please.
How are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's so hard. I want to see your lineup because I don't. Why was Salah not playing last night? Was he injured or just?
Bit of rotation, I think, from Klopp. Bit of rotation.
Okay. I mean. It's so hard to say. Like, I don't know whether if it's going to be like your standard 11 or some like weird rotation thing. And I think it's just so hard to predict. As Albert was saying, what I want us to do is, I think like the headset of your players right now is like, it's a little bit fragile. Okay. So if we come out and not necessarily score early, but just like give that 120% effort, like get to every ball first, like, put them under such pressure. I think like pass around the midfield, make your midfielders feel completely bewildered and slow and overwhelmed. I think that your heads could go like quite quickly and like heads drop a little bit, and then we can hopefully like relax and just pass it around and things like that. But so it really depends on us having a strong start, at least in my opinion, like just aggression wise. Because then, how do I see it going though? I don't know. Let me I'll have a bit more of a think and go back to you. It's really hard because it's so hard. I'm split between two minds of like how I feel normally going into Anfield and the fact that this time going in, we should feel like so confident, judged on. But then you've had that Man U result and how it was. I just looked up. It was 2012 when Arteta was playing that we last won there. But I think if there's ever a time where we are going to break that record, it is now. And, you know, I think we can do it. We will do it. It will be a huge upset, basically, if we don't win it. But Liverpool are capable of upsets. And it's at Anfield. Anfield's a humbler. So, it's hard to tell. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Sorry.
God,
that's a very nice ringtone, I got to say. Look, 2012. I remember that game very, very well. Podolski and Cazorla did score the long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. But yeah, where do you think it could be won and lost on Sunday, Albert?
I'm trying looking at your defense hasn't been that great this season, but I'm looking at your thing, Doug. 2 sets, goals against. You've got 33 goals against. Not loads and loads of goals against you. So but he probably defensively don't look great. But I think for us to win it, I've got to say it's front three. Along the biggest thing for us, Doug, you probably would agree with this actually, even the games you've seen with Arsenal, the drop off in our midfield when Thomas Partey plays and doesn't play.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and he needs to,
better.
yeah, but... and obviously he needs to play. So he's very fundamental to how we progress in midfield and the quality being how easy he makes it look. So he's going to be key. But I think it'd be interesting to see how Ødegaard does actually. As long as we can get the ball to him in the key areas. I think the front three, personally, I think it will be Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. And I think that's where I think that's if Arsenal going to go there and take it to Liverpool and get the win. The front three are going to be massive in that. They'll be massive in that.
And if any of them, maybe Martinelli or Jesus, aren't working, now we have Trossard to come in, who's just been insane. I was saying the other day, this is slightly off topic, but wouldn't it be, I would love to see, not on this game, but Xhaka rested and have Trossard start where he plays, like just behind Jesus, and that could be like a really interesting thing. Then all four of them are linking up. That would be with Ødegaard. Oh, chef's kiss. But yeah, as you say, it's probably going to be Jesus starting. Yeah. It's just carry on.
Well, the thing is, this could be a big opportunity for Rob Holding. How has Rob Holding done this season, Fran?
Well, his hair is beautiful, and he's looking fantastic. He's not had much games, like first team games, really. Has he? Has he been Europa League?
He came in Europa League, and it was the last few Premier League games he's played. But Doug, the funny thing is, he actually played well in the Lisbon game. He did. Well, I know we lost and people aren't, but he actually did all right.
Yeah.
And,
he stepped up, and I secretly think okay. So in the past, he's had some clangers. Was it against Liverpool? Was it?
He has had a couple of clangers against Liverpool. Yeah, he has.
Yeah. So I think we've got a bit of collective PTSD, but when we have actually seen him play, he's done a good job. He's been solid, not made any outrageous mistakes, just kind of slotted in and done what he's supposed to do and defended well. So he's been looking good. And if he's been training with the rest of this team who are just playing so well and appear to be training so well behind the scenes all season and not been, getting exhausted every match week, you'd expect him to really have come on and Arteta to have worked on his weaknesses. I mean, look what he's done for Ben White, Saliba. Like, Arteta's good with defenders. So I expect him to be solid and hopefully have developed a little bit from, he's got the new hair. Hopefully he'll have a new calm mindset, a new solid narrative.
Right, I do. As well as he's deputized in an Arsenal shirt recently, I think some Arsenal fans are having kittens in him starting on Sunday.
Oh, I know. It's just because Saliba.
But unfortunately, Saliba's not 100%. What can you do?
I know back injuries are awful as well. Like, I'm actually glad they're leaving him out because I trained through a back injury and now my back is like permanently screwed. So that's fine. I know. So I've got no problems. It's just I think Saliba's so good. We've been a little bit spoiled. Him and Gabriel together are so good. So it's like, it's our one. You've got to think about it. Like we've got one area of like slight concern, and the rest of this team. It's so nice to just have one player that we're slightly unsure about. Whereas in the past, it would have been like, oh well, we need a new midfielder, we need a new striker. We still don't have this yet. We still don't have that. Whereas it's just a whole. That one slightly like unsure cog is like a really good position to be in, I think.
No, I think Saliba has been very, very good this season. I will be honest. But it's a big opportunity for Rob Holding. Yeah, back injuries are not great. But could he potentially? Now this is obviously thinking hindsight is a wonderful thing. But could he potentially put Ben White to centre back and then bring Tomiyasu in?
No, Tommy, you can't because Tommy's out for the season. Unfortunately, he got an injury against. You got an injury
if Tommy
against.
Wasn't injured then.
It could have been in it. Yeah, it would have been a distinct possibility. But yeah, Tommy's out for the season. So yeah, I mean, Unfortunately, we don't have a right backs.
Would it be too soon for the young Pole as well? Kiwior, is that his name?
Yeah, I think the issue they got is he's left-sided centre back, isn't he? So it's not really anybody. It's not really anybody you put at right back, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very intriguing because I think Núñez up against Ben White will be a very, very good battle. I think that Gakpo, I think, has started really, really well for us as well. I think his turn of pace could be very, very interesting. But when I look at your midfield three to our midfield, your midfield tankers over us. It's as simple as that. But I've got to be honest. I am looking at this game thinking that obviously there's been like 4-0s in the chat. That ain't happening. I think it'll be a tighter game. It'll be a tighter game than that. Let me just say that. But I do want to speak about it because there is one person who I think we do need to speak about. Bukayo Saka. My. I have to say that when the Euros happened and you know he was very, very young, he obviously took a penalty and then obviously we all know what happened after that. Since then, he has just come on leaps and bounds. How impressive have you guys been with Bukayo Saka this season? How good could he potentially get?
Fran, you go first. Fran, go on.
Just all season, we've just been expressing love letters to Bukayo Saka. At least I have. I just think, the main thing, he's obviously so technically gifted, and what he's really brought this season is a real strength and try and get me off the ball, I dare you, knock me down, I'm getting straight back up again. He's really grown into a man this season as opposed to kind of a 19-20-year-old but as the main thing about him that makes him so special is his mindset and the way to come out of something like that, which could so easily break a player and just hurt their confidence. That's the end of their top level England career type thing. But he's gone from that to somehow being able to, in every pressure moment now, turn that on its head and say no, I'm the guy to do this. I know what it's like to fail. I've come through that. So every big moment, he seems to pull it out the bag. Every big game, sometimes out of nothing, he just steps up. Penalties, I think he hasn't missed one this season. He's our top penalty taken out, if I'm right in thinking. Am I right, Albert? I could be wrong.
No, he's not. He's not missed one for Arsenal.
For Arsenal. And just his mentality to overcome all that and to be such a nice person. I hear a lot of other fans saying I hate the fact that I really like him. He's just such a
How can you not like him, man? That's the thing.
I know. So we're so lucky to have him. Yeah, he's awesome.
I just think some of the goals he scored this season, the one against Manchester United where he cuts in on his left hand side and he drills a shot. That for me is his best goal this season.
He's shooting a lot earlier. He's got a lot more confidence with striking the ball earlier, and I think he's realised oh my gosh, I could do that from 30 yards out, and it's just so incredible to see. Go on, Albert. Were you going to say something?
Oh, never get bored of talking about this guy, man. Obviously, for the Nigerian roots, man. So man, Adi's back from Thai, man, trust me. But Doug, you know what it is? Fran's mentioned about the penalties, right? If you actually look at his Arsenal record, he scored against penalties against Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, all the big clubs scored big penalties, pressure penalties. I've said this before. Now I don't mind saying it again. When academy kids come through and break into the first team, he come in obviously when Emery was there. You never know if they're going to take their opportunity or grasp it with both hands. But he's gone on to be better, Doug, than I thought he's ever going to be. I generally mean that as a compliment. England player of the year last year. Southgate picked him in the big games in the Euros. Excellent in the World Cup. He gave Hernandez a nightmare in that quarterfinal. Absolutely ripped him a new one. Look at the goal he scored the other day. I think he got player of the match for England as well, and a fantastic goal. It was quite a drab game against Ukraine, but next minute he gets an assist for Kane and he scores a worldie. Fran makes a good point. He's one thing that's driving me mad about Bukayo Saka, man. I said I've got to watch this guy when it comes to training and shooting practice because I don't know what the hell he's doing. But he got into double figures for goals last season. Only player in the Premier League is double figures in goals and assists. Some of the goals you mentioned, Doug, have been fantastic. The right foot smash against Everton. He did it against Leeds away at Ellen Road. All types of different goals. He's level, and to think he's not even at his peak until another 7 years' time is crazy. And I think you make a good point. I think even rival fans love him. If they might not admit it. Doug, I watched Match of Day 2 after we beat Palace, right? And I watched he's talking to Keown and Danny Gabardon, and I had to pause it. I done a little video and put it on my Twitter. I just love this guy, man.
He's
I want to adopt him when he met with the England players at the camp. The way Declan Rice and Luke Shaw was hugging him, the way Reece James is hugging him. I just love the kid. I've never seen a footballer, I have to be honest, and I've seen a lot of football who's as likable as him.
Yeah.
You have to go a long, long way in the record or the archives to see someone who's liked as much as him. But listen, he's only 21, Doug. That's the thing. Doug, just want to ask you, Doug, because obviously there's been a lot of debate, particularly about rival fans, because I think they've got triggered. That I always say this, Doug, with English players and the world and the two words world class, it triggers a lot of people. And I don't care if me and Fran are Arsenal fans or the Arsenal community. He is world class. All this rubbish about he needs another season in the Premier League. He's been playing well, even when we was poor. He's done it at European and world level. What, he has to wait till 25 before it's called world class? I don't understand the argument. I think it's a ridiculous debate. What's your thought?
I think the term world class is something. I think it's the same with the word legend. I think that's sort of branded around a lot, willy-nilly. But I just think Saka has come on leaps and bounds. I think he's been fabulous this season. He was fabulous last season as well. I do think he's world class. I think that the way that he's been playing this season, the goals that he seems to be scoring, and the assists as well. It's not just about obviously goal scoring for wingers like that, but. No, Saka, I absolutely think he's the main deal.
Also, Doug, as well, to add to that, he's played in a multitude of different positions at Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's not just one position. And the debate was a few years ago, what's his best position? And I said to people, no question, right for free. They're like, why? I said, well, you don't need to ask me, just watch the tapes.
Yeah.
Where's he scoring his goals from? Where does he get his assists from? And Doug, one more thing: the way he keeps the football, more than anything, is incredible. He's not the biggest guy, but the way he caresses and keeps the ball is different class.
Yeah. He's also He's also got a lot more versatility in his game, especially this season. Because when he first was on the right, it was just always the same, all the way down to the what is it? I play hockey, right? It's not a touchline, backline.
Yes.
Sorry, it's called the backline in hockey. So. But now he'll cut in a lot earlier, and he's interlinking with Jesus has been really great with him as well. So he's really just bringing different levels, different variety to his game. And but sorry, Doug, I totally cut you off. We don't get Saka. Don't get Arsenal fans started on Saka. We will just keep going. It's a Liverpool pre. Damn it.
No, honestly, I just think that Saka is a very, very good player, and I think the fact that he's getting a new contract as well, I think that'll be very, very good. To keep him at Arsenal, just keep his feet on the ground as well, because I know there has been sort of mentions potentially about obviously City coming in for him, but look, I think Saka has been excellent this season for both club and country. I really, really do. And I do think as well, you look at what Arsenal have done this season as well, and Saka's been in the main front of goal scoring. But yes, you make a very good point, because I remember when Saka played, I think it was left wing, left back. I think he might be. But basically, he just needs to play right back, centre back, through the midfield, and then you'd have Arsenal's version of James Milner, Mr. Versatile.
Doug, there was a stat. Apparently, I think Saka, he's at least featured in the last 71 Premier League games.
Wow.
Consistency is
whether he started or he's come with 71 in a row.
He's just brilliant. He really is. I will go into the chat as well. Big up, Douglas. I can see an upset here with Arsenal winning 2-1. Sorry, mate. Apparently it's 2-1 Newcastle, so West Ham will build a goal back. Luca's in the chat. Hello, Luca. No mount, get that in the bin, Chris and the Scouse Bird. Get that in the bin. Luca, I'm not bad, mate. I'm not too bad. I'm looking forward to being on your channel tomorrow. 6 o'clock that is. 6 o'clock, and then obviously be back here for the Prem Prediction Show tomorrow as well. Hello, Chris and the Scouse Bird as well. Luca's gone 2-2. I go for we won't win, we draw game, people. Have some more faith, mate. Have some more faith. As well. Chris and the Scouse Bird has just mentioned the players that should be away. Adrian, yes, agree with that. Gomez, yes, I agree with that. Mata, thought Mata was all right last night, but yeah, I think he'll be going. Jones, yeah, get him out. Milner, yeah.
They give him another year, ain't they?
I believe they're giving him another year. Milner, definitely. I think they are giving him another year. Henderson, I hated the fact that he squared up to Ali yesterday. Absolutely hated it. Apparently, they made up straight away.
Yeah, I saw that.
Phillips, he's going to be gone. Arthur, less said about that. Ox is gone. Keita's gone. Firmino, gone. Fabinho, gone. Thiago, I'd probably keep as well. Jota, I'm not sure now. To be honest, I'm not sure he will get back up to the best that he could. And Tsimikas wasn't great. As well. And then Saka. Ooh, interesting. Well, there was a bit of confusion about Saka, but yeah, I mean, I just look at this game on Sunday. Yeah, Easter Sunday. Yeah, obviously happy Easter when obviously it comes.
Yeah.
I mean, the mindset of going into Anfield, Fran, with you knowing that you've not got the best of records there. Do you think that might intimidate the players?
Sorry?
Do you think that might intimidate the players on Sunday?
It's got the potential to. However, as you say, this season, like, we've really risen to these big games, these big occasions where normally we would like consistently not win. It's been a season for like breaking these bad runs against teams like Tottenham Hotspur away and stuff. However, I was gonna say something, but I think what is also, I know there's like a past record and stuff, but what I've seen a lot more this season, as well as the players being, so say for example we don't start very well at Anfield, you guys are dominating the whole first half, score 1 goal, maybe 2 even. In the past we would have, that's terrible, right? But in the past, that we would have crumbled and not really shown up, like for the second half, maybe it just would have got worse. But as well as the players having a different like skill set and ability to overcome, Arteta has really improved in how he can change like the course of a game, like in the second half with his substitutions and things like that. And we've also got like such a great bench now, Trossard and things like that. So I guess what I was trying to say is, I am worried that it could not start well. And in the past, I would have been like, okay, right, we're going to lose this one. And like Liverpool have shown up, we're at Anfield.
Yeah.
Whereas now I think there's a lot more opportunity for us to change the way we're playing and like improve in the second half. Did that kind of make sense what I was trying to say? I kind of forgot the original question and went off on a tangent. It's so hard. Yeah, I really don't think it's going to be as easy as people think, but if it doesn't start how we want it to, then I know that we can turn it around and come back and deliver second half or make changes, so it's got to happen.
I mean, the main thing now about it is obviously silence the crowd. If you can silence the crowd, like get an early goal, etc., then it obviously gets your passing movement, going. But
I'm nervous already just thinking about it. We normally have like 20 minutes. recently, shut up. Recently, like the first 20 minutes or so of our games, it's like we haven't started super well. You know,
you know what it is, Doug. Just to follow on what you're saying, it's Arteta copped a lot of criticism last season at Anfield because the sort of touchline fracas with Klopp, because that got the crowd up, and that I think probably did work against us because I think you scored pretty much after that. And then when you go 1-0 down, and the record Arsenal had at Anfield, so I think almost, and actually, to be fair, Mikel Arteta has kind of mentioned this before during the season, that he gets very animated on the touchline. I think come Sunday, I definitely think come Sunday, and I'm sure he's thinking this, a little bit less is more. Knowing how the game went last season, they say a week's a long time in football, a season's a long time in football. We have to learn from the years gone by, and most definitely last season. Trying to, as you mentioned, keeping the crowd silent, and if Arsenal do go a goal down again, they're gonna have to come through another test. If we go 1-0 up, how are we going to manage the game for 15, 20 minutes afterwards? So I think the key thing really is, as you kind of touched on in terms of the crowd, it's Arteta's got a big part to play, not just in terms of the team lineup, but I think also the stuff going on off the pitch, because I wasn't against what he'd done, but I can see how it would have been counterintuitive away at Anfield, big crowd, gets the crowd going, you score, go 1-0 up, get this, and then the game's history. So I think from that point of view, it's very important Arsenal try and keep a level head and keep cool.
Yeah, definitely. Niall's in the chat. Big up, guys, he says. Hope you were good. Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not bad at all. Hello, Henry, as well. And they said hi, Albert and Fran. And it said hi to the chat.
Hello.
As well. Right, we will go through starting 11. So, Fran, I'll start with you. What do you think the Arsenal 11 will be on Sunday?
Be an easy one, Fran, isn't it? Be easy.
Yeah. No, it's nice actually knowing, like, this is our best team. So but the main toss-up, we know kind of basically the only changes will be Holding in for Saliba, unfortunately. And then up front, there's like a slight debate for some people whether it should be Jesus or Trossard starting, because they've both been immense. Trossard, what a signing! He stepped up, what a guy! He's really stepped up to the next level, taking this opportunity with both hands. It looks like he's played it for years. I love him personally, but Jesus,
great drawing, by the way.
Sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'll talk about that at the end. It's so exciting. But anyway, you made me lose my train of thought, man.
The starting lineup.
Jesus, I think Jesus will start because I can't believe it. What a guy. He's come back from surgery and he's been out for so long and he got 2 goals in the last game. He's immense. I love that guy. I'm so happy for him. So I think he's a star. And if things aren't going to plan, then we got Trossard. So I think the only change really from our ideal 11 is Holding, which is quite a good place to be in. What as a rival fan, we've only had to make one change. I mean, that for you, that should be they're coming in with a strong side, whereas for us we're Holding.
Yeah, I've got to say, when you signed Trossard, I thought, brilliant business, absolutely brilliant business. I remember speaking to Albert about this, and I think you actually said, I think we actually both said it as well. Mudryk for 88 million is already showing that it's no very, very good bit of business from Chelsea, but Trossard for what was it, 20 million?
27 million? Yeah, about 27 in total. Yeah, the deal. Yeah, great bit of business.
Great signing.
Doug, it's mad. We heard the stat, and he's since his arrival at Arsenal, he's got more assists than 10 clubs in the Premier League. And what was crackers to me when we signed him, Doug, actually, funny enough, is some of the Arsenal fan base. I couldn't believe what I was listening to, because his age and the fallout would deserve it. I said, these things happen in football. I said, he's 28, he's not 58. I don't understand where this came from. And one thing I've always said, Doug, and I said it to you before, I think one thing that Arsenal fans sort of need to get their head around a little bit more is that, and I've mentioned this before, Arteta's, since he's been at Arsenal, we've bought 8 players within the Premier League since he's been there. That is just as many as we bought in 11 years. 11. Almost as long as the Conservative government. That's another story. But yeah, it's
since we last won at Anfield.
Yeah, and we need to. There are players. It's no coincidence that the likes of Trossard, who's been fantastic, technically a brilliant footballer. Shame he got that goal chalked off against Leicester, the one of the top bids. But the likes of him and Zinchenko and Jesus and Ben White, no coincidence, Doug, all bought within the Premier League.
Yeah,
been a massive
exactly. And I think as well, you look at like Arsenal signing Jorginho, sensible business. Chelsea wanted to get rid of them, sensible business. Getting Trossard, sensible business. Trossard is at an age now where he's almost in his prime.
Yeah.
Now, forget what happened at the World Cup. Forget what happened to that. That Belgium side was not great. But Trossard as a player has been really, really good.
Brilliant.
And especially Brighton this season. Brighton have been brilliant anyway, but they've already got a ready-made replacement in Mitoma.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys have got Trossard at his peak, his peak as well, is really, really good. I have a feeling he will start. I have a feeling he might start because he did actually score a hat-trick against us for Brighton.
This year.
So,
yes.
Whenever people have a good game against us, we usually sign them. It usually happens with that. So obviously we won't be signing Trossard, obviously. But I do think Trossard is a fabulous signing. I really, really do.
Was it a hat trick? Was it our first player in Premier League history to hit a hat trick in what, first half?
I believe so.
Of assists. Yeah, mad.
Mental. Absolutely mental. Right, I will ask you this. You haven't won at Anfield in 11 years. Fran, what's your prediction?
Go on, Fran.
Stop saying that.
Speak with chest, Fran. Come on, Fran. You can do it.
Prediction.
Tough.
We haven't kept many clean sheets recently.
Away from home, we're good, though.
We are going away from home, but it's Anfield. I just can't stop all these past thoughts. But for now, being logical, stop it, Albert. I think, 3-1 to Arsenal.
Oh, wow, it's a big shot.
3-1.
I think if our front three and those guys, we've seen that goals come from all over the pitch from our guys. If Saka, Jesus, Trossard comes on, those guys all show up. If Odegaard has a good game, then we could be seeing a bit of that. I think we'll dominate in midfield. Not hard to do against Liverpool.
It's so simple to get through our midfield right now. It really, really is. Defensively, we're not the best either. So Frank going 3-1. Albert, what are you going for?
Oh, I actually did give my prediction. Actually, I said Arsenal. I'll say about 60% confident. 2-1 to nick it. 2-1.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 Arsenal as well. I have no confidence in this game whatsoever. And I just think that Arsenal records are there to be broken. And yes, we all know about Arsenal's struggle. I would even say Arsenal struggles on Merseyside, because we have seen in the past that you do struggle at Goodison Park. We all do know that. But records are there to be broken. I just got a feeling it's going to happen this weekend. And if you do beat
Saka versus Trent. Martinelli versus Trent. Saka versus Robertson.
Yeah, that is giving me nightmares already. But no, I think if you guys win this, I think you go on and win the league, because I think you could actually afford to potentially lose to City and still win the league.
Yeah,
I think Newcastle away is not going to be an easy game. They beat Manchester United comfortably, absolutely comfortably.
They were brilliant, Newcastle. They were brilliant.
Last season against them, we went away at about this time in the season, and they just completely outplayed us. It was a horrific atmosphere. So.
Yeah, so I think if you win on Sunday, I think that's a big marker because again that's another big test. It's another big test to go away to Anfield, and then you've obviously done the double over us. And, you've not done the double over us probably since that 12-13 season.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
You're talking about all these records and things like that and not having done the double for this long. But I think what is so good about the way Arteta works with the Arsenal boys is that it's very game by game. Like you never hear them in press conferences ever, do you? Talking about like the big game and like the records. It's always like, oh, we're not thinking about that. We're not thinking about that, which I think is really good to compartmentalize each game and just look at them as they come. So hopefully we'll do that. And then a nice byproduct after that will be beating this massive record. But if they go into it thinking, oh, we got to beat this, then there's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Henry says I'm 5 from 100. Well, you'll get there. You will definitely get there. Big up Douglas and Pan first of 1-0 down at halftime. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. You can get back in the second half, hopefully.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Douglas. 4-1 Arsenal. Well, that is a hammering a bit. That's a hammering a bit. Henry's going 2-1 Arsenal. As well. I think your biggest result at Anfield, I think, is something like 6-3 or something like that. Imagine that's that kind of game where it's end to end. That would be.
I have a quick question for you, Doug. What made it different? What I'm so terrified about is that you're going to have a performance like you did when Man U came to you. Yeah. Can you please explain to me, like, with your form being so all over the place, like, what was it that made that happen? Like, I
think
it's Man United, isn't it?
A lot was said about that Manchester United game. A lot was said that Ten Hag. I think Manchester United were really, really arrogant. I think started from Ten Hag saying, "Oh, Anfield's just another ground. Like we'll just go to Anfield and basically go and win there." But this guy's been managing in Holland. Yeah. Yes, he might have managed to win it against Liverpool at Anfield before for Ajax, but Liverpool Manchester United is a different kettle of fish altogether. Yeah. And I just felt Manchester United, especially some of the players, they were too arrogant. There was a lot of people saying that, Man United are going to go to Anfield. They're going to absolutely dominate Liverpool off the pitch, and then look what happened: 7-0, which was arguably one of the results of the season. As we said,
so funny.
It's all about like losing. Sort of, you can lose 3-4-0, you can lose that, but anything like that, 5, 6, 7, that's embarrassing, especially against your biggest rivals.
Yeah. You've made a good point, actually, because we're so worried about that happening to us. But you made a good point in like recognizing Man U's attitude in that game, because their players, like a tiny setback, what they concede. Did they concede, or I can't remember, but like they just lost their heads. They just completely gave up, and I don't see our Arsenal side doing that. So I don't think a result like that's going to happen, because it was.
I think
as well as you guys playing well, it was them. Yeah, just completely, it was terrible.
I think as well the fact that we got that goal just before half time as well. I thought the fact that we got that goal just before half time, their heads completely dropped, because immediately after the second half, obviously Núñez makes it 2-0, and then obviously Gakpo makes it 3 in like the space I think of 2-3 minutes later as well. 3-0, their heads completely dropped. When it was 4, they just lost their heads. They just lost their heads. But I don't see Arsenal doing that. I honestly don't. I think Arteta will respect Liverpool more as a manager. And I think we're in for a very good game on Sunday. And if Arsenal do go on and win, and look, Man City at Southampton, and they've came up a cropper this season at Southampton in the Cup. So
I was away. I went to watch us away at Southampton. We drew against them. Like, they've got it in them, like, to be physical, like fight for every ball. Like they're just a bit inconsistent. To say
and they're battling at the bottom of the table there as well. So
big battle, man.
Definitely.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Shane's gone 3-2 Liverpool. Is that more hope than expectation? I think it probably would be. And then Shane said 3-1 Newcastle. Newcastle are absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, turning them draws into wins, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are.
One more question, Doug. What's going on with Salah? You know, he's really not as where you can rely on him in the big games to pull the team through and sometimes carry them back. It's not happening.
Salah has not been the player this season, I don't think. But the matter of the fact is, he does still have 24 goals in all competitions. Yeah. Now that people would say he's having a bad season, but 24 goals in all comps is actually very, very good. I think Klopp's actually asked him to be a little bit more of a. I think Salah's all about the goals now. I don't think he's all about sort of creating anymore. But still a wonderful, wonderful player, and we all know what he can do against Arsenal, and obviously teams like Manchester United as well. He can put them to the sword. So look, I think whoever it is, Zinchenko or Tierney, I think they've got a very, very interesting game as well. But watch out for Gakpo, because I think a lot of people have actually said that Gakpo is a really, really good player. That turn of pace could be very, very interesting. But we are now at the end of the match preview. Thank you very much to both Fran and Albert for coming on. Fran, please tell us about your artwork, and please tell the people where they can find you.
Okay. So my name. Albert, stop. So my name is Fran. My company, business, YouTube, online name is Goal Art. And I do super realistic portraits of Arsenal players, and you can see them by looking on my website. So it's the word Goal Art and then ZO. It's a pun. Sorry, I can't believe I just said that. Go and check it out. I would love that if you could. But I wanted to add, Doug, it's actually been such a really, really nice chat with you. Being in a team that is not doing so well, and lots of fans wouldn't have two Arsenal fans come on and us be all happy and overjoyed. You've been so gracious and so you're what every football fan should be. The discussion and the respect between teams. And I just really enjoyed it.
No, pleasure. Absolute pleasure to have you on. And we'll definitely get you back on very, very soon. Albert, thank you very much. As always, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man, as usual. Yes, Albert JTV, people. You'll see me here, there, and everywhere. 2 content series in particular I'll do, which is life stories, which you've been part of, Doug. Great show with John and Dan. And obviously, I do weekly surgery, so it's not just Arsenal related. And anything coming up, I hopefully have a weekly surgery exclusive coming up. But the person's very, very busy, so hopefully they'll fit me in soon enough. But looking forward to that. Hopefully.
Oh, I want to hear who it is.
Are you doing a review to Liverpool Arsenal?
Yes, it'll be on. I was thinking I won't do it Sunday. I'll do it probably Monday. And one more thing, Doug, not much related, but I'm going to Finalissima tomorrow. England Lionesses versus Brazil. So looking forward to it. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing atmosphere. First time they've had it actually for the women's. Yeah, so amazing. Amazing.
Well, funnily enough, I'm actually off work on both Friday and Monday. So if you want me to come on for your Liverpool Arsenal review, then by all means ask me.
I'll put it in, mate. Don't worry.
I might do one as well. So if I do, I'd love to hear your take on it. Both of you guys.
Absolute pleasure. No, but
I've not been on Goal Art, so I don't think I have. No, I haven't.
Oh, Albert! It's because I'm worried to ask you. I'm worried to ask you in case you say no, man. You're like a big dog, and I just
Fran, don't be ridiculous. I'll never say no. Don't be ridiculous.
Mr. B for Life says Fran's artwork is awesome. It
awesome.
certainly is.
I love you, Mr. B. He's a legend.
Absolutely, and hopefully Brentford get back against Manchester United as well. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with the Prem Predictions show. I didn't do one last week because I was very, very poorly. And if you had seen my video last Wednesday, I was literally struggling through that with very, very bad cough, very, very bad throat, and sneezing. Like I was, but no, I'm much better anyway. But Liverpool Arsenal at the weekend. I'm not confident, I've got to be honest, but we shall see what happens. But until then, it's goodbye. It's goodbye from Fran, goodbye from Albert, and goodbye from me. And I'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye bye.